Alright guys, so what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to show you some cool stuff that I've just been playing around with on Star Citizen. First of all, if you go to the main page and you go to the store and you go down here, right in the pledge, this is actually you can buy credits and then you can pick up stuff including the Gray Cat. Um, but actually this first trick is if you go down here, there's a bunch of weapon systems. And you can play around. The one that I really like right now is the 11 series broadsword. It seems just, and at this price, it's basically $12. Except you have to buy at least 10, so you have to pay at least $15 to get a broadsword. Um, I have one in my hanger. I'm about to open that up. Um, we'll go ahead and launch that. But yeah, there's a lot of cool guns in here. The other one I picked up was this one, which the damage module on it seems really weak right now, so I don't think it's actually ready for usage. Um, let me back up. Stand by. There's also, I mean, just go look around there. There's like a tractor beam on there, which I haven't even bought yet. I'm kind of debating. I'm wondering if it's actually something I should get and try out, or if it's not even gonna do anything right now. Um, so yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff in there. Yeah, again, I'm gonna show you guys the broadsword, which is my favorite. I'm actually thinking about picking up a couple extras because it doesn't require as much power as like a Omni Skies uh, or anything. But what it does have is about the same ammo capacity as the guns on the wings of the Hornet, except for it has about the rate of fire of the Omni Skies and about the damage output. So to show you guys what I'm talking about, the 300. Here's my neutron cannon, which again isn't really ready yet, or I don't think it is. I hope not, because it's really weak and has incredibly slow rate of fire. It's even slower than the Omni Skies, and is about maybe half as powerful, maybe. But here is my 11 series broadsword. Put on, and one thing they need to add is way to scroll through ammo because I can't even see all my ammo. I got my 20 mils, my 60 mils, all literally everything. So here we have 300. I'm keeping my Omni Skies on there. But I pretty much just added this, the broadsword. So let us. Actually, the way I looked at all these weapons, I'm gonna just do free flight because I'm just gonna be showing you guys stuff. But the way I test out all these weapons, I went down to the targeting range and just put one weapon in at a time and see how many shots it would take to knock down a target. The Omni Skies, the 11 series broadswords, they both took 2 shots, and the mass cannon that comes with your 325, those all take 2 shots. Now the mass cannon has about just shy of a 700 round magazine capacity. you compare that to the 11 series broadsword, which has 1,500 rounds, the same damage, the same rate of fire, and I'm kind of sitting here going, okay, what's the point of even having the mass cannon on here? Alright, so here we have this is great fire right there. Yeah, you can see over to my left, Systems 3, 11 series broadsword, 1,490 rounds. And you know, again, all shooting at the same rate of fire right now. And the thing about the broadsword is, yeah, again, it's you don't get run out of energy on it, but so you can kind of have that better sustained damage than you know, than you would otherwise. And also less of power draw makes theoretically your other weapon systems will refresh faster, so more firepower overall. If that's not in the game at this point, I don't know, but theoretically that's how it should work, and I don't know if it's in the game yet or not, but I'm pretty sure that's how they're making it work. Second trick, so I'm assuming all you guys know that you can go F2, bring up your weapon systems, F3, bring up your power distribution, and F4, bring up your shields. Now, the Hornet has 4 shields. Now each shield is a little bit weaker, in my opinion, from what I've seen, but you know, it has 4. This has 2 shields as a forward and back shield, so that means each shield basically cones 50% of the ship. Okay, so once it cones 50%, anything you take to anywhere on the forward half of the ship is going to be absorbed by the forward shields. Well, the Hornet having 4 shields, anything you take on the left side of the ship isn't going to, you know, you can then turn your front side, it's, you know, it's 4 points instead of 2 points. So I feel like the shields are more stronger on this, but they also have half the number of shields. So I haven't really, like, okay, you know, done all the conversions on how exactly it figures out, but I feel like this is stronger, but that's probably just because, you know, I'm hearing shields down less often, so let's just assume that. Okay. Now, this, if you go into, I'm going to just actually use power, because this is probably the most important one. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go on your numpad and you want to hit the 9 and 7 keys. That you'll see these little blinking, either your either part of your heads up display. So if you get on the power setting and you go down to, and then get that triangle blinking and hit the 5 key. Now 8 is up, 4 is left, 6 is right, and 2 is down. Okay, and if you just remember that, you can scroll around and rearrange your power distribution. Now, what this does not do is it doesn't make one system more powerful than the other. It just gives priority to one system over the other. So G1 is weapon systems, G2 is shields, and G3 is thrust, if I remember correctly. So what you can do is you can say, okay, I want my power systems to have priority, but then I also want, I want only slight priority. So you can set it like that, and now power systems will have a slight priority in their what juices they get over either the other ones. That you can literally just set this however you want. You know, you want, okay, you literally do not care about your ship turning and speed and maneuvering capabilities. You just want your shields to refresh fast and your laser cannons to refresh fast. This is the way you want to set up. Now, if you're just doing two things or just one thing, you can't even notice that. So you can't even really test it that much and how big of a difference it makes. Because if you're just flying around shooting laser cannons, the ship has more than enough power. It's when it's flying around shooting the laser cannons and trying to refresh the shields all at once, that's when it just starts, it gets too much power input. Now, one thing I would like to see is small advantages even when there's not anything. So, like, okay, if you just put all of your juice on speeds, you're gonna have a small speed increase. I think that'd be kind of cool. And just kind of like, okay, you're overworking your engines, engines, and a lot of things have set parameters which are recommended, and some people just say, hey, let's take it to the next group. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to bring it back to whatever point you decide you want it at, and now if the plus and minus keys on your keypad, minus takes you up one level, plus takes you down. So you can hit minus and then you can start scrolling around all the other interesting little things. Now if you go over, and you can also use this to select different features, like I just selected weapons. Okay, you can also now use your your 8 and 2 keys. You can select different weapon systems. Okay, so here I'm going to select my 11 series broadsword, and now using my 4 and 6 keys, I'm going to move my blinking dot to 1, and now every time I hit my number 1 key, I'm not even hitting 2. You just have to take my word for it. Like, I'm not. It shoots all those cannons, which are all, and I can deselect it. I can move it over to 3, and you can see this all on the left. You can customize what firing route you want, and that's just kind of on your own preference. So let's go up. Let's go to overview. And there's one other thing which I haven't really been able to find out what these little, but if I go here, I'm selecting one of my Omni guns. I have this repair button, this power button. I'm guessing you'll eventually just be able to power off systems, although I'm not exactly sure what that would accomplish. And then you have this, it looks like a little A, and I'm thinking that might be maybe auto fire. So every time you have a laser lock, or the ship computes you have a laser lock, it'll automatically fire. I haven't actually been able to notice it doing anything when I play with these settings. And then you also have missiles, which again, I'm not exactly sure what all these little things do, but maybe I missed some. Maybe if you know, please let me know, because I'd love to inform everyone else that's watching these videos about that. And the more power, or the more knowledge, the more power. So okay, a couple of things if you didn't know. If you hit Control and Caps Lock, you can bottom right of your screen, you'll see these X's and these different words that have coupled, G-Safe, and ComStat. Right? If you hold Control and hit Caps Lock, it'll cycle through, and that's just kind of different options. The biggest one, the biggest two there, G-Safe, and that just lets you pull extra G's, and you'll see it right here. I'm pulling so many G's that I'm blacking out. If you have that off, G-Safe off, you cannot blackout, basically. If you turn it off, you have more maneuverability, but you also have that ability to basically black yourself out. The other last one, this is really basic. If you don't know about it, you will be really happy about this, but if you hit caps lock without hitting control, you'll see the couple turn off, and now you can do a couple different things. You can, one, when you hit left and right, you actually strafe left and right. Actually, I'm gonna get over to asteroid, something you can actually see when you move around.
Proximity alert.
Yeah. Now that I've almost crashed, can't find the asteroid. No. Let's try not crashing this time. Okay. So here I am. I'm looking at this asteroid, and now if I, couple is still on, if I hit left A button, left strafe, you know, it just rolls you. And D does the same. W speeds you up. S slows you down. Hopefully you know that. Otherwise, you have much to learn. Second. So if I hit caps lock, that now turns off. Now when I hit A, I actually strafe left and right. Okay? When I hit W, it moves me forward, but it doesn't hold me forward. And S moves me back, but it doesn't actually like keep my engines going or anything. As soon as I let go of the key, it drops me back down. And that's actually the thrust is firing in the opposite direction to reduce my force to 0. And then I have Q, which strafes me down, and E, which strafes me up. Now, what I would suggest in dogfighting situation, from what I know, a multiplayer ends up being a lot of head-on-heads. But there's two different. So I'm going to pretend me and this asteroid are moving to each other, but so I don't actually collide with the asteroid, I'm not actually going to fly towards it because it's not going to move out of the way. And I can't kill it. So if I'm flying straight at one technique is just start spinning your ship. This will make it not incredibly hard, as long as you're not flying in a perfectly straight line. You kind of do this with your mouse, and you know. And as you're spinning and moving forward, it's going to make you a harder target to hit. And if you're good at it, you can, avoid, or at least make it harder to get hit. The second option is if you hit caps lock, and now you start strafing left and right. Now you still can shoot. I mean, okay. I'm not incredibly accurate, but I can still be shooting, strafing left and right, strafing up and down, and just kind of try to make yourself a harder target. It's kind of like when you're playing first person. If you're just sitting there pointing straight at a target. That's going to suck to be you because you're just sitting there. I mean, you want to maneuver. Now, another thing decouple can be used for is if they're on the other side of this asteroid, well, just hit Q and drop down, or hit E and go up, or hit A and D and go around. I mean, you can kind of use this to close maneuver. It's kind of like precision maneuvering. That's probably the best way to describe it.
Proximity alert.
So you can get right on top of this asteroid and be nice and cozy.
Proximity alert.
Yeah, I was going to crash, didn't you? I did too. The other thing you can do is if you gain enough speed, and this is like if you ever notice whenever you're doing the Vandal Swarm, they always spawn on the opposite side of the station, no matter what map it's on. So what you can do is, if you're feeling incredibly crazy, you can like you can start heading towards the right underneath, and then let's hit it right above you. Well, about here, hit caps lock, and until you ship without touching any of the controls, you're still flying underneath and shoot and kind of, you know, have the angle, I guess is probably the best way to look at it. And you will continue to drift. So that's kind of cool. Very advanced tactics sometimes, and just you have to be able to put your finger on that caps lock and just go, okay, here we go. You know, coming in at the right angle. You have complete control of your ship, and you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna do something crazy and hold off, and make it work.
Proximity alert.
Like that. You know, make it work. And yeah, again, here's flying backwards. It's just so awesome. It's, if you have it somewhere on your 6, actually, I would highly recommend that. Just hit caps lock, flip around, actually hit shift, then let go of your forward and your shift key, hit caps lock, so you at your boost speed, hit caps lock, flip around, fly backwards. And at this point, you're gonna start strafing up, down, left, right. Just try to make yourself a hard target to hit. So yeah, that's just some quick piloting advice. These are techniques I haven't yet got into the multiplayer. I'm getting really close. Like I'm hoping next update, or not update, next time they let more people in, I'll be one of those people.
Warning. You are approaching simulation boundary.
You know, I have no control over that. This is just stuff that's worked for me in Vandal Swarm. And it's more about the principle of it. Okay, what's harder to hit, a moving target or a sitting still target? Well, anyone who's ever played any sniper game knows how hard it is to hit a moving target. Especially like Battlefield, where you have bullet dropping and bullet velocity, and you have, you know, all this other stuff to compensate for. And yeah, so I mean, if any of you do have
warning, you are approaching simulation boundary.
Do have access to the multiplayer, and you guys
Proximity alert.
I can't turn. Okay, well, I think that's probably it for me now. Now that I've crashed my ship, I'm gonna have to wait 5 months for insurance.
Stand